Okay, chapter 29. The rest of August Labor Day weekend 2002. The day before they drove back to Santa Clara, Erica was lost in thought. There was so much to process, so much left to learn. With her own procedures, she's in the driver's seat, and she knew exactly what she needed to do to make certain her childhood trauma does not rear its ugly head while she's recovering. However, with another person, she didn't know exactly what they'll do with the information nor how they will react. Moreover, she knew that Michael was selfless and extremely sensitive at the same time. The problem was that she didn't know exactly what was going on with Michael. If she knew that, then she would know how to approach him. Sadly, she's just like her father, completely selfish, oblivious to other people's feelings. It was times like this when she wished she was more like her mother. However, if she didn't dress as Michael, she knew that it would eat away at her, and he'll pick up on that. Next morning after breakfast, they cleaned up their respective rooms. After Michael loaded up both cars with boxes, Erica drove her car for the Michaels. They did this to make sure that she arrived safely to their apartment in Santa Clara. And when she got to her mailbox, she saw one envelope in the Superior Court of Santa Clara County's Jury Commissioner's office. Not surprisingly, she had a perplexed look on her face. She couldn't use her surgery to get out of jury duty because Pedar cleared her to return to school and work. However, if she does show up, then she'll be excused for the next 2 years. When she looked at the dates, it was in September. So school doesn't wrap up until midterms. So she put on her calendar and made a mental note to let her professor know she might miss some classes. After Michael put the boxes back into their apartment, he helped her unbox, get her room, and the rest of the apartment stocked. When it was time to make lunch, they took a break. During the meal, she turned on the television set in the dining room. The channel was set to show a film that was inspired by Daniel Steele's Mixed Blessings. This had some adult scenes. Erica apologized, changed the channel to the Food Network. This is a little tidbit to know. After 9/11, this cable channel suddenly gained in popularity. It made sense. The news showed the president would dismantle his Department of Immigration and Naturalization Service, places of Homeland Security, and there's a lot of chaos. So everyone needed the television to escape, and the internet was still in its infancy, so they spent the meal watching the latest cooking show. It was Anthony Bourdain's A Cook Store. Some of you may be familiar with Anthony Bourdain. Sadly, he is no longer with us. So I felt this would be a good, tribute to him. They love seeing Anthony visit another country and trying out their cuisine. So yeah, if you can, I would recommend checking it out. It's quite interesting show. Of course, now you have a lot of cooking shows, people going all over the world. But back then, 2000, 2001, 2002, this was like a really air quotes new thing. It's a very interesting thing to show. Now, although Chiaki did put her foot down, put their foot down, they're like, no more movies, no more, filming movies about kitsune. Cooking shows okay. Erica wondered whether Chiaki might be open to making at least one documentary about their mom's fishing village. She puts on the back burner until Chiaki returns from their vacation. By this time, they finished lunch. They worked together to clean up. Then they resumed unpacking. By this time, Devin and Jennifer arrived. Erica immediately welcomed them back. And noticed that both of them were wearing friendship bracelets. Erica apologized for being oblivious to their situation, or their relationship. Sorry, that's probably like a little bit more respectful. So Devin waved her concern away. After trying to date some straight guys, she realized that her anatomical difference is the reason why they have stopped calling her, and it isn't just the fact that she's sterile. Jennifer disclosed that both of her parents are Latino, for xenophobic and homophobic. They can't wrap their head around the fact that their daughter is gay. Moreover, Jennifer doesn't have any issue with Devin's situation. Now that it made sense, remotely like her situation, not any straight guy would date her either. If he's homophobic or his parents are homophobic, then their younger sibling being gay will be a deal breaker. So Erica told both that she's an ally and doesn't have an issue with the relationship. The Jennifer cut to the chase. There's a movie theaters that's quickly breaking box office records. Some of you probably can figure this out. 2002. What was the hot film? They would like Erica and Michael to watch it. This time, Michael said he would like to take a break from unpacking. So after they found a good stopping point, they used Michael's car to go to dinner in the movie. The movie was near Vardalos' My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So they ate dinner at the local Greek restaurant. There's a lot of Greek restaurants in the South Bay. So they drove to the nearest movie theater. Not surprisingly, it was packed. This is definitely from my personal experience going to the movie theater watching this film. It seems like, whoa, there's a lot of people here. So after finally finding a parking spot, they went to the ticket counter. As soon as they found 4 empty seats next to each other, they made a beeline for it before somebody else grabs them. The movie was a distraction that Michael needed. It was the opposite for Erica. Even though she dug deep into her childhood trauma with her therapist before surgery, this film brought up other issues from her childhood. Living in this country, she didn't feel that she belonged in this country. Her clothes were made in Japan, Japanese clothes, from care packages their aunts sent them. Her lunch was a traditional Japanese bento box with Japanese food in it. And she never was the popular kid in any of the schools. I can definitely, you can tell. I'm putting my own experiences into this part. After the movie ended, the lights came back on. She was beside herself and bawling. Now, for me, watching this film, I wasn't bawling, but I was getting teary-eyed. As it did bring a lot of stuff from my childhood when I watched this. Whereas other people are like, "Ooh, this is great," it's about Greek culture. But for me, it was like this was cathartic, to say the least. Yennefer immediately apologized, offered some Kleenex tissues from her purse. Erica waved her apology away, and said that she's happy that she's not the only one who felt that she doesn't belong in this country. Yennefer assured her that she's not the only one. Yennefer also felt the odd man growing up. Erica asked about other films. Delvin said that he could rent the movie once a week. Now, bear in mind, 2002, video rental stores such as Blockbuster, that was popular back then. So people actually went to a store to rent videos, not like today where you can order online or you can stream it online. Back then, everything is still brick and mortar stores and physical like VHS tapes or physical DVD discs. So that's something to know. And yes, I am this old. So Erica asked about other films. They could rent the movie once a week. They could make a dinner movie out of it. Not surprising, everyone was on board at this time. Erica made a mental note to continue therapy at the Public University Student Health Center. So even if she married somebody who was sympathetic, having her repeatedly talk about her trauma of being a child of immigrants and immigrant herself will get over it quickly. Also, she realized that if she brings up the fact that she knows that something is going on with Michael, he will most likely not be ready to learn something new about himself. I think this is like a chapter here. Oops. Moreover, if he gets upset by the new information, he would tell his mom, and she may hold it against Erica. So she decided this is his journey. He'll go on it when he's ready. If he does get upset, it's all on him and not her. So yeah, you can tell Erica's like really into her head, but So after they returned to the apartment, they bid each other good night. Erica used the opportunity to give each one a hug. Although they were caught off guard, they hugged her back. This began a new tradition of giving each other a hug before retiring. As Erica returned to her room, she resumed writing a new play about friendship. She made certain to include a blip about friendship bracelets. She played her electronic keyboard for about an hour. And she took a long hot bath. After she brushed her teeth, she retired. Next day, Erica and Michael got up early after bid each other good morning. They made breakfast. After breakfast, they went to the Buddhist temple in neighboring San Jose. On the way home, they went to a sporting goods store to get some pickleball equipment. They then spent about an hour figuring out how to play pickleball. Since Erica had some junior varsity tennis experience in high school, they started there. When they realized that they aren't going anywhere, Erica said that she'll take a pickleball class at Republic University starting the next day. He nodded. Um, okay, so pickleball. Um, at a local park, so that might be better. It's like, where are they playing pickleball? After grocery shopping, they returned to the apartment. She resumed the packing. Then the four of them ate dinner. This time they agreed to watch the French film Amélie the following weekend. Devin proposed going to a local French restaurant beforehand. Before Erica retired, she continued working on the play, played on her electronic keyboard for about an hour. After she took a long hot bath, she cleaned her teeth. She bade each person good night, gave them a hug, packed her backpack with school supplies for public university, then she retired. The next day, she used public transportation to go to the public university. At the student records office, she learned that there are still openings in yoga and pickleball classes. After she attended the first class meeting, she chose pickleball, had the professor sign her add class form. She went to the student records office to add the class. After the last class, she went to the student health center to sign up for therapy, same as last year. This is probably another paragraph. She told a therapist that she would like to work on issues being a child of immigrants and being an immigrant herself. Then she set up weekly therapy sessions. Also, she set up her next eye doctor and dentist appointment so they don't interfere with her weekends. She set up the appointment during the weekday. That Saturday, Erica and Michael went to the local park so she can teach him what she learned pickleball class that week. And she started them by having them warm up. You should do that before any exercise. Next, she taught him injury prevention. By then, she was getting the hang of swinging the paddle. Not only did she learn how to teach Michael how to play pickleball, but she also learned how to communicate better with Michael. She made certain to continue playing pickleball and other games with Michael so she can learn how to communicate with him better. She wished her father had taught her and her brother how to play baseball. He never did. He would never realize he doesn't know how to communicate with his children. With her newfound knowledge about how to communicate, she casually asked him about his elder sisters. Almost immediately, he giggled at this inside joke. He told her that his elder sisters used him to learn how to put on makeup. She was caught off guard. She never did that to her younger brother. However, she did put on an apologetic face and said on behalf of all elder sisters she apologizes. He giggled. When he asked about her younger brother, she suddenly went silent. When she regained her composure, she carefully told him he has gotten a chance to get to know her over the past 2 years, so he knows she's a very responsible and honest person. Sadly, her younger brother's the opposite. She carefully said that she partly blames herself, even though her parents never micromanaged either of them. She never took advantage of them. She made sure to help her mom, prepare meals, set the table, mop the dishes, help with laundry, take out the trash, help with the grocery shopping. However, her younger brother didn't lift a single finger to help, and the fact that her parents didn't say anything didn't help matters. He took full advantage. When she outed him, she also outed the fact that he was freeloading from their parents. That's partly why she's making certain that she's earning her keep, paying her own bills. If he sees that she's getting a free ride, he'll continue freeloading off of their parents. Michael said, actually, this is a national issue. For some reason, people feel the need to tell parents how to raise their children. Parents are adjusting how they raise their children based on what other people are saying. Granted, he does agree that we need an alternative to spanking. However, today's children are being raised without learning that there are serious consequences each time they do something. Both of his elder sisters are married with children, and he worries about how this will affect how their children will make decisions when they become adults. And she nodded. In the evening, they went to the French restaurant. After going to a local video rental store, they returned to the apartment to watch the film Amélie. If I do remember, I'm going to include a link to this film. Definitely. It's French with English subtitles, so it might take some getting used to if you're not used to watching foreign films. But yeah, this is a really, it's a whimsical film. It's really cute, and I loved it. Not surprisingly, Erica loved the whimsical film. At this point, they surmised that Alex and Chucky might return the following weekend, so they left next weekend's events up to them. The following week, Erica was busy with classes, continuing her therapy. At this time, she realized that her father went to therapy before and during the marriage, then she would not need therapy. She had a perplexed look on her face. On the positive note, she also learned some more things about how to play pickleball from a physical education class at the public university. Not surprisingly, that Thursday, Chiaki called her cell phone to tell her that she and Alex arrived at the apartment on Friday. Erica told her that they now have a movie nights on the weekend. For example, the first weekend they went out to see My Big Fat Greek Wedding. This past weekend they watched Amelie. Chiaki said that's awesome. There's a movie that all of them might be interested in, Chocolat. She'll bring it in and they can watch it on Friday. Erica said that would be fantastic, and that she'll let them know when Erica relayed the information. All of them agreed to stay at the apartment on Friday night. That Thursday, Erica did her laundry since she knew she would be busy that Labor Day weekend. So clothes and linen were being washed and dried. She kept the door open. That way she'll know when the clothes are done. At the same time, she spent time in her room studying. Friday evening arrived. Erica made certain to come straight to the apartment after her last class. That way she can help Alex and Chucky get settled in. Surprisingly, they not only brought groceries for the next meal and a DVD of the film Chocolat, they also brought a two-seater couch to the living room. Made sense. The couch in the apartment was only for 4 or 5 people. With Alex and Chucky, made sense to have that additional couch. So while Devin, Erica, and Michael helped Alex and Chucky prepare pan British French cuisine, Chucky gave them an update. The duplex is almost ready to move in. That's the one in Brisbane. They have a tentative move-in date in November. They can feel free to stop by to see the progress. At this time, Alex gave them the address. Also, plants get stressed from all the construction, so they'll work on the community garden last. Devin waved their concern away, saying they can move the garden to one side of the property. When Chiaki Alex nodded. Chucky says she'll call Michael's father, get the traditional Japanese Zen garden built ASAP. After they set the table, they say "Tadakimasu," then they ate. After dinner, they clean up, watch Chocolat. Alex and Chiaki share the couch that they had brought with them. Devin and Jennifer shared their Hello Kitty throw blanket. Erica and Michael cuddled on the other side of the couch that came with the apartment. Now, keep in mind, I know some of you are like, "Oh, yeah, movies like this, it's triggering." I do understand. You have to bear in mind, back in 2000, 2002, the public did not know what one of the executive producers was doing off camera. They lived with one of the supporting cast members' public defamation trial that was filed by his ex-wife. So if you choose to boycott this film, I respect that. That being said, if you do watch this film, I hope that you will see this film for the gem that it is, because it is a really good film. Aside from the fact that the executive producer was engaging in breaking the law, and one of the co-stars had the personal garbage being broadcast in what's supposed to be national news, but it's more like tabloid news. So anyway, I'll also include a link to that movie in the description box below. Not surprisingly, everyone loved this film. When they discuss the next film they might watch, Devin yukte Jennifer funade, Devin suggested E2 Mama Tambien. They can go to a local Mexican restaurant, then they can go to a local video rental store to rent that film, and they all agreed. At this time, Chucky asked about their schedule for the next day. Erica chimed in that she and Michael go to a local park to practice pickleball. Chucky looked at Alex. Alex nodded. Chucky said they could join them. On their way they could buy or rent equipment, pickleball equipment. Devin said that she and Jennifer has plans, so they hope that they have a fantastic time. So the next day, Alex drove Chiaki, Erica, and Michael to the local park. After they did a proper warm-up and injury prevention, Alex helped Michael with the swing, while Chiaki helped Erica. The session went way smoother than the week before, plus another week of pickleball class at the local public university helped. At this time, Chucky suggested that Michael teach Erica how to play chess. So on the way home, they went to a local toy store. Yes, we had toy stores back then. So keep in mind, like 2002, we still like national chain stores like Toys R Us. I think Toys R Us right now, they're only popular in like Japan, Here in the United States, they all went out of business. We still have some local toy stores too, though, and bear that in mind. Anyway, yeah, 2002. That's a long, long time ago. So after they returned to the apartment, Erica went to the property management office to do some more data entries, put some birthday cards together for tenants who have birthdays in September. When she returned to the apartment, Michael set up the chess set in the living room table. Probably this should be in a separate paragraph. Michael sets up the chess set in the living room coffee room table. He gave Erica her first lesson. Suddenly, she saw how he thinks. He doesn't say the first thing that comes to his mind. He doesn't say the second things that comes to his mind. Instead, what he does, he goes over scenarios and figures out what person will say before he or she says it. Then he picks the best scenario, and then he adjusts based on what the other person says. And that's how that's why the conversations run smoothly. So she was in awe, like, yeah. Next day, Alex drove Chiaki, Erica, and Michael to the Buddhist temple in San Jose. Next, they drove to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Before Erica went on the Big Dipper, she took her motion sickness tablets the entire ride. Michael screamed like a little schoolgirl. When Chiaki saw the perplexed look on Alex's face, Chiaki laughed so hard that they snorted. They ended the rest of the day at the Japanese restaurant in the Pacific Garden Mall. After dinner, they returned to the apartment in Santa Clara. On Monday, Alex and Chucky returned to San Francisco. Devin, Erica, and Yana for use the day to prepare for next week of classes. Michael prepared for another week of going to client companies to figure out how they could be more efficient in running their business. CC now has a proper master's degree in business administration. He had a much easier time convincing businesses to let him take a look at how they run the company and be more open to listening to his suggestions for improvement. So, as with all these videos, questions, comments, constructive criticisms, asking for clarifications, let me know, and I shall see you next time. Take care.